if they can stay on the high ground here, they will be almost invincible. I don't know what he's doing. He's waiting for more Broodlords, but really, I guess there is really no rush into killing this army, but these reinforcements might be a bit too much. I mean, if the Broodlords were up here, there's nothing that the Terran can really do, especially with at tank splash damage. It would kill those Thors so fast. And now that he has a lot more Broodlords, he might decide to attack. He really should attack before these reinforcements come, because that is when it might spell trouble. Now he decides to attack on top of this ramp. Not the best positioning. He could have half of them here and half of them on top of the ramp. These Broodlords are so slow. He should actually throw back the Lings during that time. You don't want to engage as long as the Broodlords are safe. And actually completely surrounding this whole army. These reinforcements might be too much though. The Banelings exploding on the Thors, not doing as much damage as they could. Now these Broodlords just raining down Broodlings on the army. All the Thors are now dead. A few Marines left in this army, gonna stim and try and pick off these Broodlords. Infestors in the back gonna be able to fungal these and completely destroy this army. And now Antibody is looking in great shape. He has a great economy. He is on 4 bases compared to the Terran's 3. He has a whole lot of Broodlords, and this army will actually be erased from the map right now. He is gonna retreat back home, but these 4 tanks should be picked off by some spare Lings and the rest of this army. Look at the amount of Broodlings here. Only more to come. There are 9 Broodlords. That is a lot of Broodlings going to be rained down, and really he should be getting Vikings here to counter these Broodlords, but only 1 starport, not even producing. iwinGDI really needs those Vikings because Antibody basically morphed all his Corruptors into Broodlords, so there's nothing left to support this except for Infestors. But with proper micro and good control, the Vikings could actually pick off these Broodlords without dying to the Infestors if you don't clump them up too much. Now these Broodlords are just going to be chilling here for now in the middle of the map. You should really attack with these while there are no Vikings, while GDI has no answer for this, and he decides to just wait for more army. Look at all these Lings. If he attacks right now, he could actually win this game. There is not much on the field right now. 7 tanks, 17 Marines, compared to 9 Broodlords, 4 Infestors. He could absolutely win this game and completely ravage it. We'll just have to see what he decides to do. We are going to speed up until these Broodlords actually attack this main base. The Mutas are in back here, ready to sandwich this expansion as soon as the Broodlords come and hit. The 3rd base is actually up and was prevented to land. 4th base, sorry, was prevented by this Zerglin to land, and these Broodlords should attack right now. There is no answer. Actually, now 5 Vikings. They will get fungal though if they are not careful. Where are the Infestors? They are actually trailing behind, and these Lings might actually try and counterattack here, but that is a lot of Marines and a lot of tanks and a lot of Thors in a little choke. These Lings won't do anything. Meanwhile, these Broodlords are getting attacked by these Vikings, and there are nowhere are the fungals. There they go, and he should spawn a lot of infested Terrans here and run these Broodlords to try and save them. But losing a whole lot of them. Remember, he had 9 Broodlords. Now there are only 3 left. All these Lings were taken care of. And huge blunder here by Antibody. Finally cleans up those Vikings, but there are only 2 Broodlords left on the field. He had 9 Broodlords and did absolutely no damage with them. That was not a good trade. And now, actually, our Terran player might see a chance to come back. The Zerg actually expanding everywhere right now. And that is what you want to do. But really, he needs an army. He needs Ultras and Broodlords and a lot more Infestors, and that is the late game army composition you want. You want to skip those Lings basically, and he is producing 16 Lings as well as getting Cracklings. So these 5 Vikings might be able to pick off these Broodlords. Nice split here. He will be able to pick these off and run away safely. before these infested Terrans actually pop up. They do pop up, they might kill one, injure one Viking, but now there are no more Broodlords on the field. 10 Corruptors on the way for our friend Antibody, and I don't know if he keeps controlling these like this. I feel like iwinGDI might actually be able to come back in this game. He is very far behind in supply right now, but he is approaching max army. And with a lot of Vikings, Thors, tanks, and Marines, this is a very hard competition to deal with. He should burrow banelings everywhere and try to just pick off what he can while that army marches across the map, because remember, this is a very, very large map. It will take so long for the Terran player to actually walk across, and if he doesn't have enough scans saved up, you are bound to actually get one baneling landmine off. Gonna try and counterattack with these lings at this 4th base. He does know it's there, remember, because he had a burrow baneling here, and there is nothing to defend. So if these lings actually run into this base here, especially if he intercepts all these SCVs, that might be huge, and this army is actually packed away in the main base, and since it's mech, it will take forever to actually come down here and reinforce this. Really, he should be attacking right now with only his lings, antibody, or even sending the infestors to fungal growth or some infested Terrans, and there he goes. He is actually going to run down here and try and do something. No, he is hesitant here. And that is a lot of Corruptors. I wonder why he's not morphing them all in Broodlords. Because he is maxed, so he should actually sack a lot of them. Why are you morphing Banelings? If he's not careful here, he might be intercepted before these actually happen. But I guess it's a good choice if he can manage to morph them. And there he goes. They are morphed and they are running in here. And this will do huge damage to these SCVs. There goes the Banelings exploding, and there we go. Why is he not? He's only moving there, and there he goes, killing almost 25 SCVs. That took a while. Now 56 Harvester kills on these SCVs, and now actually 77 to 26 SCVs. That was huge. Nice target fire here by nice counterattack actually by Antibody. Now the Terran player has no choice but to just move out with this 154 army, and really he needs to have perfect control here because his fungal growth could be huge, could spell disaster. He does not have neuroparasite. I think that's a little blunder, losing a lot of infestors for nothing. Most of these had full health. He could actually burrow them and walk away. Now losing 5 infestors that were almost full energy here, not good. Bringing all these Corruptors in, but these won't do much because there are only Medivacs and Vikings, and the rest of this army is made of Thors and tanks. Neuroparasite can actually have ravaged this. Still a lot of Marines, so not trading very effectively here. He is producing only 3 Broodlords right now, so that is not going to help that much against this huge army. And the Terran player looking in great shape, actually. The army sizes are practically even. I think the Terran player is actually ahead because remember, only 26 of this supply is SCVs, but 77 of this supply is actually drones. So this army is a lot bigger for the Terran player. He barely lost anything. Remember, he was at 156 before pushing out here. And Antibody actually not having the best infestor control this time, and having way too many Corruptors for nothing, actually might lose this game. He was so far ahead at one point. Well played, but I think iwinGDI might actually be able to push straight up and just completely ravage this game, and I think that's what's gonna happen. So we will speed up just a bit. I mean, all these Corruptors gonna die for nothing. These lings not gonna do much against 3 Marines, I believe. 2-3 Marines at this point, almost max Marines. This expansion will go down to all these tanks and Thor fire, and as well as all these drones will get picked off before they get to transfer back. A few infestors here gonna fungal everything, but with the amount of medevacs that are here, killing 1 medevac actually with a fungal growth, nice. But they will be able to heal back these Marines, and this push is just doing so much damage. And now a few more Broodlords morphing in at full health. There's still Vikings. There are still just 2 Vikings that are very low health, so these infestors will be able to pick them off. And this is so tense, guys. These armies are so close to each other. These Broodlords might actually be able to save Antibody's life, but during that time, I mean, iwinGDI can actually just SCV backup, I guess, or just drop mules everywhere. He does have 4 orbital commands, so that is a lot of mules. You will see his income actually spike up right as soon as these start mining. And with this siege position here, he might have the advantage. Now these Broodlords raining down on the siege tank, that is great, doing splash damage to his own tanks. That is what you want to do, but these Vikings have no... There are only 2 Corruptors here. I don't think that will be enough to actually prevent these Vikings from killing them. These floors should target fire these Corruptors. There are only 2 here. If you can deal with the Corruptors, the Broodlords will be easily cleaned up after this by the Vikings. And is single Corruptor not enough here? He does die, and these Broodlords will die to the Vikings. So this, again, iwinGDI will win this battle, and again, Antibody not getting the best position here on his units, losing all the Infestors before they can even use Fungal Growth. Now all these Marines will just walk up here and ravage this 3rd base, and I think that will be it for Antibody. He knows damn micro, he knows his micro wasn't the best position. And I think this will be the end of it, guys. This was a very long game. He did have that very intense game. Great comeback by iwinGDI, saying love you. Hopefully we'll see a little heart here by these players. And that will be it. So iwinGDI will advance in the tournament, losing a lot of Marines here by some nice fungals again. I gotta say that Antibody, you have great fungal growth control. If you can just control those Broodlords, position yourself better, you can easily win this game. You really had that. And now iwinGDI is just ravaging through this base. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I will be casting the rest of these games. I think I have like 4 or 5 more games from this tournament to cast, so I will be putting them up as soon as I can. So tune in for those, and thanks for watching.